Hey guys, welcome back to Swing the Drive. Logan and I are chatting about the week that was for the Blue Jays here, and it was a pretty good week. It was All-Star week, so not a lot of action. The Jays went 3-1 for the week. It's a great way to come out of the break. You're always worried if you're going to have that magic after taking a few days off, but the Blue Jays come out with a sweep against the San Francisco Giants in the return of Robbie Ray and Matt Chapman. So the big one, though, the big story today, I think it really put a spotlight on trade deadline need that the Blue Jays have. Quite clearly, we're hearing more of the injuries to Garcia while he was injured already. We're probably not going to see him for a while. So, and Burr just went on. I think he's actually been shut down for the season.
Done for the season. He had season-ending surgery. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got our bullpen is suddenly in disarray, and like we're 3 games in to this big stretch they were talking about, and they we're like, oh, the starters have got to give us as much length as we can. We got to give the bullpen as much rest as possible. And doesn't it kind of feel like 3 games in and the bullpen is we're already at the very end of who's available, and like what do we have left in the tank today?
Hoffman worked 2 nights in a row.
Brendan Little and Hoffman worked 2 days in a row, so you didn't have them, and we used everybody else except for Green today.
Yeah, thank goodness we gave up enough home runs today.
Yeah, he's had a bit of an issue with that this year for sure, Green. But it's quite obvious to me. I don't know about you. I know we talked about last week how we kind of thought that starting pitching might be the priority, and maybe it still is, but I would posit that high-end relief. Actually, I think I want 2 relievers. I want a high-end, high leverage late inning guy, and I want somebody that's more like a 5-6 inning, very controlled, good reliever to fill out this bullpen right now. Those are 2 things I'd like to get. So to that end, let's chat about who might be available for the Blue Jays that we could get at the deadline in the relief pitching roles. I'll turn it over to you, Logan, to maybe suggest a couple of names.
Yeah. Well, so as far as like who's available, that's obviously we're straight up like guessing. It's just complete speculation. But you can make some educated guesses.
Certainly.
So, Cleveland is probably a team that will be selling. Baltimore is almost certainly selling. The Twins are almost certainly selling. So there's probably some guys off of those teams that are available. And heading down that avenue, I would say that the Blue Jays should go after, from the Cleveland Guardians, Emmanuel Clase. Clase was 3rd in Cy Young voting last season. He currently has a 1.78 ERA. 178 saves over the past 5 seasons as a closer for the Guardians. So I don't know if that, bumps Hoffman out of the role, who we've kind of been giving some trust to, and he's been doing okay. But I think having an even better closer is not a bad thing. Clase is 27. He's owed $6.4 million next season. So for what he does, that is peanuts.
That's not bad.
And then he carries a $10 million club option for 27 and 28. So you could have this guy for as little as $26.4 million for the next 3 years. One of the best relievers in the game. So it'll cost a little bit out of our trade capital to get him, but I think we've got a lot. We've got a lot to trade. So Emmanuel Clase, that's my number 1 guy.
Okay.
Kind of my romantic baseball pick is Cade Smith, because Cade Smith is Canadian, and I always like when there's Canadians on the Blue Jays.
Yep.
In his rookie season last year, he struck out 103 batters, only 17 walks.
Okay.
He had a 1.91 ERA across his 75 and a third innings last season. Right now, he's got a 3.07 ERA. His walk rate's gone up a little bit, but he's still got a 34.7 strikeout rate and a 35% whiff rate.
What's his
role? Those
are
really good.
What role is
he's a like late innings reliever as well.
Okay, yeah.
So he'd be like 7-8 kind of setup guy. Also able to close games.
So as he profiles, and because he's pretty young still, do you think we might have to give up a little bit more, or do we give more for Clase
Yes,
because
so
of his
he
status?
doesn't. Smith isn't even eligible for arbitration until 2027. So yes, he'll cost you a fair bit. He'll cost you a Namala or a Yasavage, something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
maybe just a Tiedemann.
I don't know. I'm a regular listener. Maybe it's a Tiedemann. I'm a regular listener of Blair and Barker, and they have him on the show a lot. So I like the guy. He is Canadian,
right?
Again, so I also like that sort of thing. Cade Smith, I really hope the Jays go after that one. I think the cost will be high, but I think it'll be worth it. And then just two names that I really think are also possibilities. Jhoan Duran from the Twins. Again, he's a closer.
Yeah, big power. Yeah.
Yeah, he's. I don't know if he's like a true rental or not. I don't have his contract in front of me. I think though you would only be getting him for this season. And then from the Orioles, Felix Bautista, another power arm in the end of in the late innings.
Yeah, and a very effective guy who's sort of had a bit of a down time. He's just back from a surgery or an injury for
much yet this year.
Yeah.
34 games, 18 saves.
Yeah.
So I mean, for a team that's struggling, he's not doing too bad.
I mean, his ERA in 2025, Bautista here is 2.41. So
1.04 WHIP, right? Which is
yeah,
bad.
He's doing
got
his job.
0.95 career WHIP.
Yeah,
he's a guy that's going to bounce back. He is 30,
and his contract is just to this through 2025. So
he's a pure rental.
He's a pure rental. So you're not giving as much up for
not as much
for him. He's ARB eligible in 2026 though. So what? Does that seem right? He's 30 years. All right, it says 2026 ARB eligible here on Baseball Reference for him. I don't know. That's crazy.
Hilarious.
Maybe
he came up late. That's a thing.
Yeah, for sure. That can be definitely a
Nathan
thing.
Lucas will be 33 when he's ARB eligible.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Yeah. So we'll see. That's actually a guy that I had circled on my list too. I think that Baltimore having the struggles they're having this year could very well draw in a few more very talented pieces and be right back on the top of the heap next year. But this is one guy that I think that they might let go of. We'll see. That would be a great piece. I had a couple of they're probably a little bit less likely. I'll start with Chris Martin from the Texas Rangers. He's 39. He's having a good year. He's got a 2.14 ERA this year, a 1.069 WHIP. Also, he's pitched 33.2 innings, but he's having a really solid year. He's signed just through this year, so he would be a pure rental, a little older guy, so I don't think you'd have to give up as much. Texas is sort of one of those teams that could, as we say, it's all up in the air. So, if Texas had a good run for the next couple of weeks, they might not be so inclined to make the trade. But if they just kind of tread water, they might pull the trigger on that one. So that's a guy that I'm keeping an eye on, is Chris Martin. And the intriguing one for me is a young pitcher out of Colorado, Jake Bird.
Bird, yep.
He is 29 years old. He's pre-ARB eligible, so he's ARB eligible in 2026. He's not got the greatest ERA this year, it's a 4.09. But he's a guy that I think we might be able to pull, and he'd be an interesting piece for sure. He's got 50 innings pitched this year, so of those guys that we mentioned, he's getting some work, but the results are middling so far. He's got a lot of control, and
it looks like he's like a side armor too, eh?
Okay. All the stuff that I've read about him so far kind of suggests that it would take a pretty good amount to get Jake Bird out of Colorado. So that might not be something we're looking at. But as far as like they think is a kind of a really great opportunity for a development minded contending team, which I think the Blue Jays need to kind of think of themselves as that if you want to kind of continue to be contending. 100%. So he's an intriguing one for me. Though what do we got? 5, 6 pitchers there.
Six guys. I think that we can definitely target. Whether they're all 100% available or not, that remains to be seen. But hey, the Jays are going to be buyers. They're going to be aggressive. I think they need to make a big splash, and I think pitching is the only area where they're going to really do that.
I agree completely. Yes. I think we've got enough pieces coming back on the playing side. We could talk about that maybe next week, but I think for now, I think this relief situation is kind of the 4-alarm fire, and I think that if we could get a power starter of some level, that would be great too. But that I guess is up to be seen. We'll see what happens. We're a week and a half out now, 2 weeks, week and a half, something like that, till the trade deadline. So the Jays are all steam, full steam ahead here. We'll see what happens this week against the Yankees and the Tigers. It's a busy week. It's a hard week this week, and
it's a busy week. We got a hard one coming ahead over the next little bit here.
Yeah, come out of this with a decent records. I'll feel quite good about our last couple months of the season. So
yeah, if we can stay on top of the American League East on this little road trip coming up / rest of this homestand, then we're talking. Then we're talking.
Yeah, that'd be good. So we'll leave it there. We want to know what you guys think. Any relief pitchers on some teams that maybe are on the bubble that you think we could pull that would be a good fit for the Blue Jays bullpen. Let us know. And until the next time, we will talk to you guys then, I guess. Okay.
Right on.
Take care.
Go Jays. Guys.